Match 51 and 52 are over in IPL. We have one team which is almost eliminated, one team which is almost qualified. So we have to first elephant out of the room. What is Chennai doing? What is SRS doing? What is the GT top order doing? And where did Romario Shepherd get this form out of? We'll talk about all of this today in the video. But obviously, first we have to get to the GT SRS match. I remember I was sitting on the TV. I was like, okay, if we win the toss today, we should field only. I think GT will hit like 200, 210. We should chase it. We should chase it. I felt like it was that kind of pitch. Because this is the same pitch where GT and Punjab, the first game happened, it was on the same pitch. And GT Mumbai as well, it happened on the same pitch. Like, yes, the second team wasn't able to chase it well. But I thought that, oh, it was because the team didn't have that much confidence. Or GT was very close, to be fair, against Punjab. Sharfin was almost close, except Vaishak came in and ruined that momentum. And Mumbai just wasn't playing its best game that day. So I was like, oh, with our confidence, we just 240. I think Abhishek and Travis, if they get off to a good power play, it'll be fine. These guys lost the game in the power play only. They got hit 82 in 6 overs against Shubman Gill and Sudarshan. And thing is, I think they hit like less than 10 sixes, the Gujarat team. They hit less than 10 sixes. They hit every other ball for a four. The ground is so big, these guys haven't got a clue. And that's exactly why SRH will also getting caught at the boundaries. Because the ground dimensions are so much more varied than Uppal or like a Wankhede or where else do they play until now? Even Eden Gardens as well is a relatively small stadium than the Ahmedabad. Where else did we play? We played in Vizag, we played in Chennai. These stadiums and all, some of them you can say, oh, Wankhede is a smaller ground, Chepauk is medium sized, Uppal is medium sized. But the fact is that these guys, instead of, I think what mistake, I'm not going to say the retreat or Maldives is the mistake. Every team goes for a retreat in the middle of IPL. We know this. Actually, SRH's budget was a bit better this time around. That's why the owners were happy with that win against Chennai and they took them to Maldives. But I'm thinking maybe a couple of more days of just analyzing the ground might have benefited the team better. And the bowling was just not on on point because every match I see only one bowler who's putting their blood, sweat, and tears into the game. Which last match was Unadkat. He got 3 wickets. That was also the end of the thing. This show and it showed how vital the top three for GT is. I've mentioned this in the previous matches as well. If the top order fails on one bad day, what will happen to the team? And imagine if it's a qualifier two, an eliminator or a final. Qualifier one, matlab, we have another chance. That's not a big deal. But imagine if that happens. There have been situations where the first wicket falls off very quickly. It happened against us as well at Hyderabad. Sai Sudarshan's wicket fell off pretty quick. Butler also went out. But thing is, if one of them also stays, the game is fine. But what if everyone falls? That's a situation which Gujarat needs to think about. Shahrukh needs to step up. Tewatia can't bat 12 overs. You can't expect that of him. You need a player like, I don't know, like 2018 Rayudu. You need a player like 2016 AVD. That kind of player you need to make this a championship level winning team. Now, right now, I can say I'm not going to take away anything from this Gujarat team. They have very good bowling, very good top order. The middle order, I'm still a bit concerned. Maybe that if they had gotten Cherfi and Rutherford or something, maybe it would have been better. But unfortunately, this team, I'm still saying they will reach playoffs, but cup, I think if some things do not go in their way, it's very tough. Everything needs to go correctly in their way right now to win the cup. But and SRH, all I have to say is unfortunate, I guess. Abhishek, at a point it felt like we were going to chase it in the first couple of overs. Even after Travis got out, I had hope that okay, Ishan, I think he might clutch it today. But Ishan doesn't know how to play against Washington and Rashid. We've seen this in the past. I don't know why I had such expectation. I'm not trying to scold him in this manner, but I know that every player will have some sort of weakness, and his weakness is Rashid and Washington spin. We've seen this. He had less than 100 strike rate against Rashid and less than 120 against Washington. How I couldn't expect anything of him. I was proud of Nitish actually the way he batted. Although the game was practically over, I could see some old glimpses of him how he used to bat, and I felt proud. Okay, these are next four matches we have. If everything goes in our way, also we can go to playoffs. But that's very tough. That's very tough to expect of every other team playing as well. I can't keep my hopes on RR and Chennai. I can't keep my hopes on Punjab bottling it here and there. So we have to look into that situation as well. But anyway, what do you have anything to say about the game?
Okay, you look at this GT's batting. Obviously, we look into that first. Like you mentioned, the top three has been really consistent for this team. That's why this team has been so successful this season. And then uh, this this team also showed the top three showed us how you can score a 200 plus score without hitting those many sixes as well. I think Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill found the gaps with these. They were placing it in gaps. They showed that even with grounded shots, you can get a 12-15 run over as well. You saw in first 6 overs itself, they were 82 for all. And like you mentioned, they barely hit what 10 sixes in the innings, and they scored a score of 224. Which I think this is a lesson for all the teams, that it shows that you don't have to always hit those always clear the rope, or it's necessary to hit those only sixes uh, to get a big total on board. And the consistency that these three have been showing is commendable. I think they play a huge role in the success of this team. And like you mentioned, I think Jaydev Unadkat was the only bright spot in this bowling lineup. Uh, and then, yeah, if you look at SR's batting, I think that was the difference. They were trying to hit every ball. I think they felt the scoreboard pressure throughout the chase. They didn't. They weren't very confident with. They didn't back themselves to take it through. I think that was the difference between these two teams. Abhishek Sharma, yes, he did bat well, but I think he didn't have support on the other end for to take this chase through. That was the difference. And when you look at the GT's bowling, I think Prasidh Krishna, as always, he was economical and he picked up 2 wickets as well. He's been doing so well for GT this season. He holds the purple cap as well. Um, he's just been exceptional. Mohammad Siraj, yes, in the starting he went for runs, then he came back and picked those 2 wickets, which was again vital. Uh, and I think that there isn't much that you can speak for this match as well. So let's move on to the next match, which was RCB versus CSK,
Absolute cinema.
which took place at Chinnaswamy.
Absolute cinema game. Bro, it had everything. It had everything.
I think this match always in Chinnaswamy promises to be a thriller. We saw it last year as well. We saw it this time around as well. Uh, First up, let's look at RCB's batting. The debutant uh, this season's who was having his debut season, Jacob Battle, just in his second match, the confidence that he showed in his batting, his partnership with Virat Kohli, it was exceptional to watch. It was not much mistaken. I think they were all beautiful shots. They are both of them middle the ball very well, and it was surprising to see Virat Kohli in the start. If you noticed, he was, I think he hit 2 4s and 5 6s. I mean, we don't see that often with a player like Virat Kohli, who usually is more confident playing on the ground. But we saw a different side of him yesterday, and Jacob Battle showed why RCB backed him, picked him in the auction, and he proved his worth yesterday as well. My only worry for this RCB lineup was yesterday they had such a good start. If I'm not wrong, they had a partnership. The opening partnership was about 97, but once Jacob Bethel and Virat Kohli fell, the middle order wasn't able to carry that momentum and keep this run rate constant at 10. At a point, I think the run rate fell down to almost 9 or 8.5 per over. Devdutt Padikkal struggled, Rajat Padida struggled, Jitesh Sharma was struggling. Yeah, yes, it was some good bowling by, it was a good comeback by Noor Ahmed, uh, Ravindra Jadeja, and Sam Curran as well. Exceptional bowling by Matisha Patidana as well. I think we saw. the old Matisha Patidana when he picked up those 3 wickets. I think this is why Chennai has been backing him through the matches. But my only concern is this with RCB when they had momentum going. If I'm not wrong, they were about 11 per over, at least till the 10th, 11th over. They were they were going at a rate of 10.5 and 11. But after that, the middle order couldn't capitalize on it. That's my only worry. But again, you see Romario Shepherd coming in, and I think that was a monstrous innings. He scored the second fastest IPL 15, and to get it in some style, uh, he he hit Khalil Ahmed for 33 runs, courtesy of a no ball. And then Patidana as well. The next over he hit for 20 runs. Was some. It looked like he looked like he was batting on a different pitch from these middle order batsmen. He played. He connected every single ball that he faced. To have a strike rate about 379 is it was just some hitting. And then you come to CSK's innings, the chase. You have to laud Ayush Matre. He's been CSK's pick of the season, according to me at least. They bought. This is his fourth match, if I'm not wrong. And yes, one match he didn't score, but other than that, he had scored some 30, 25. He had given some good starts. And this time around, he converted the start as well. He played some beautiful shots. He didn't give many chances as well. Yes, if I'm not wrong, he gave two catches, but those were difficult to take. Otherwise, he played an exceptional innings. He couldn't see CSK through. That is there, but CSK will be happy. He was one of the positives for the side, the way he batted, and then Ravindra Jadeja as well. I think he has something against RCB because every time he comes and plays RCB, he's just batted beautifully. We saw him take Harshal Patel to the cleaners a couple of
Years back,
uh,
4 years back,
against
4 years back.
RCB. Yeah,
Wankhede.
and he's done that, and then yeah, but you have to give it to Lungi and Giddy for the way he came back. He dropped a sitter, and but to come back and pick those 2 wickets. Yes, one of them was a controversial wicket. It was not out, but at the end of the day, I think that's where game sense comes into play. Jadeja and when Brevis got out, instead of taking the instant review, I think they were looking to take the run, which was not necessary because you needed to stay and see the game through. That was the game awareness that was lacking then. I think it was a brain fade moment for the CSK team. And then yes, and one more shocking incident was Virat Kohli dropping a catch of Ravindra Jadeja. We don't see this every day. It's a once in a blue moon thing that you see a player of Virat Kohli's stature dropping a sitter like that. The ball going through his hands. I think even he was shocked at what happened. But yeah, everybody is human and mistakes do happen. At the end of the day, it didn't cost us the match. That's all that mattered in the end of it. And Yash Dayal, again, we've seen, I think he keeps doing it against CSK. He did it last year as well, and he did it again yesterday. It was very, very good last over. Even though he bowled a no ball that went for a six, went for 6 of 3, he still backed himself and saw the game through. That was very vital. And then, yeah, I think when you look at RCB's bowling lineup, Josh Hazelwood, you could see how vulnerable it was through the mid. You could see that his over was what was missing in that power play. His over was what used to bring us those wickets in the power play and the death as well. He's been good for a very good for us, and him not being in the lineup, we saw yesterday how much we missed him. It almost cost us the match. So that's the worry. I think the other bowlers also have to step up. Uh, they have been doing it, but I think when he was not there, it looked like there was a missing piece in this bowling lineup.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all in all, we've almost qualified, and you could see RCB's intent as well. The captain Rajat Patidar mentioned aim is not to just have that qualified mark beside them. They're looking to finish strong. They're looking to finish in the top two. so that we have you can play the qualifier one and have two chances to go to the final. So that's the mentality that this RCB team has built, and they look like a well balanced side also to go through. So this is one of the team that looks that they can make it to the final. The RCB and GT look like really strong contenders. TCR having a bad patch of form, but I think they also look like a good team. Still matches to go, so we have to wait and see. What do you think, ST?
See, realistically speaking, this RCB side has everything which Gujarat, I guess, it doesn't. I'll say when a situation like this GT, which I just mentioned, the hypothetical situation where the top order fails, I can see this RCB side managing it. If let's say like Salt is not playing right now, Bethel was there. Kohli is out, Patidar or Padikkal will be there. Yesterday, yes, it didn't work out. But we've seen it in previous matches where Patidar or Padikkal have come in at such a crucial stage and have turned around the game. You know how crucial Patidar will be in those middle overs when the run rate will reduce. But since he knows how to play spin really well and he knows he won't get out to it that easily, he'll go for those big shots. He'll put that run rate at like 10 runs per over, which is still very good, regardless of the T20 era or whatever. The pitches have been changed slowly, so it's not you can't expect a 250 every game. So like 200s and all are pretty good totals. Yes, the opponent might come very close to chasing it, but 90% of the chance, 90% of the time, it's probably going to be the first batting team only who's going to win. And I could see that in the way he was handling after he lost the toss as well. He's like, okay, we're going to come out aggressive now. We know that these guys think that they can chase it against us. We just need to put a big total, put that pressure on them, and then after that, we have to let the bowlers go for it. Yes, some of the bowlers couldn't go for it as well. Engedi did fine as a replacement for Josh Hazelwood, but I'm saying Bhuvi and all, this was unfortunate. Bhuvi, you've seen this happen. I've seen this at least happen against Dhoni. Whenever he plays against Dhoni, I don't know, I feel like Dhoni has a mental advantage against him or something. Every time he has to face Dhoni, he gets hit. In the crucial stage of the match as well, he gets hit. This reminded me of 2017 when we were facing Pune. At Pune, we were winning the game, but I think just the one over to Dhoni changed the entire game. I could see that I was like, bro, is it gonna be a repeat? Because no matter how out of form Dhoni is, if he's at the last over, if he's batting there, let it be 20 off sixes, and I'll still feel scared. That is the mentality he has created for himself. That's the image he's created for himself, and I can only say that. But I think overall, I think the yes, the RCB middle order kind of failed, and Romari Shepard made up for it. I think I think this is a good I think this is a good image for the auction table for RCB. Because I remember how slammed they were getting after not getting Will Jacks, but now they have Will Jacks, they have Tim David and Romari Shepard for the combined price of less than Will Jacks. For less than Will Jacks, and you let go of Siraj, but they had Dayal. They planned it out in such a manner that like most stuff have gone correct for them, except that Livingston part. Everything else is practically gone correct for them. Patidar, Kohli, Dayal were the three retentions. They had a very big purse and they made it worth it. Jitesh Sharma hasn't had the opportunity much to back, but I'm telling you, I'm expecting a big innings from him as well in a situation where RCB unfortunately has a top out of collapse. But until then, I can see this RCB side making it to the finals easily. But I think the only issue they have right now is probably the Punjab side and the Mumbai side. If no one stops that Mumbai side momentum, we're gonna have a lot of trouble, and they're gonna come for that sixth title with some revenge. But anyways, I think that's a good spot to end the video today. We have a double header today: KKR versus RR and Lucknow versus Punjab. These KKR side needs wins to stay in the playoff race, and Punjab and Lucknow, both these teams, Punjab needs one to solidify their qualification spot, and coming to Lucknow, they need two out of what two, 3 out of 4 wins to easily qualify. So this is a crucial Sunday. I think this is going to be an important Sunday, and based on these matches, I think it's gonna even affect SRH. I think if a couple of matches go here and there without SRH playing as well, SRH is gonna get eliminated. So We can take out one team as well out of the equation officially, but they're unofficially practically out. We can say that.
I
They
think
will,
we can I think we can safely say there's a very tight set of last few matches of
yeah,
this IPL league stage, because there's a lot of teams looking for the top four, and like always we're expecting more exciting cricket to come, more players to show up for their team. We saw another youngster in Jacob Battle yesterday who performed. So we'll be definitely expecting more of such players and experienced players also coming back in form, like I mentioned before. And there's definitely going to be more videos from our side. Like always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. See you in the next video.
bye.